Today I'm talking about Twin Peaks: The Return, the sequel series to David Lynch's masterpiece, Twin Peaks. It was everywhere in the 90s, everyone was talking about it, it was the it show. But it quickly went away, and it's finally back after all these years, and I was really excited to check it out. For those who haven't seen the original, just go watch it. I can sit here and spend the next like 10 minutes simply trying to describe the show to you, but no matter what I do, it's not gonna do it any service, okay? It's totally weird and totally different and unlike anything I've ever seen on TV before. It's about the small town in Washington, Twin Peaks, and they're the perfect American town, you know, and everything's amazing, and everyone is happy, and everyone is a friendly neighbor. And then one day, something happens. One day, a dead girl is found on the beach, and the entire town kind of turns upside down trying to figure out why it happened, who did it to her, and what this means moving forward. And it's not just any dead girl, it's the valedictorian and homecoming queen, Laura Palmer. The entire town takes it pretty well. Okay, they're all weirdos, alright? And the minute they hear this, they all turn into blubbering messes. And it's some of the most bizarre filmmaking in TV I've ever seen. It parodies all these big soap opera emotions, but then it goes so far above, it actually just becomes soap opera emotions. The cracks in this perfect American town start to spread, and they spread, and they spread, and they spread, and the whole town is in jeopardy after a while, and everybody's just so crazy.
Hello, Wilbur!
Then FBI Special Agent Dale Cooper comes into town, and he's there to help investigate this murder. And soon, he starts to really unravel this big conspiracy, and he tries to figure everyone out, figure out who's suspicious, figure out who could be a killer. But everybody's suspicious, because everybody in this town are David Lynch-esque weirdos.
Entering the town of Twin Peaks. It's 5 miles south of the Canadian border, 12 miles west of the state line. Never seen so many trees in my life.
Now Cooper has all these weird experimental methods, and he has this connection with this other world, and he keeps talking about Tibet over and over again. But soon we find out even Cooper is a big weirdo. So what does Tibet, donuts and coffee, and fishes in the percolator have to do anything with solving a mystery about a murder? Maybe we'll find out someday.
There was a fish in the percolator.
And another of the most memorable and weirdest things about Twin Peaks is its tone. Even though this is a murder mystery story with a bunch of scary psychos, it's actually really warm and relaxing and very, very calming.
You are witnessing a front three-quarter view of two adults sharing a tender moment.
For a show that features murder, rape, psychological disorders, and just tension, it's filled with a lot of good people and positive vibes, and I don't know how to describe that without sounding like a lunatic. So while we're trying to solve this murder, we're also trying to decipher all the artistic directing, and also trying to figure out what this stuff means, and this, and whoever the heck this is, and what this is supposed to do, and what this is supposed to mean. It's all a bunch of nonsense. I love it. It's endlessly fascinating. It's uncomfortable, it's scary, it's warming, it's nice. There's really great directing and writing. But it's also one of the weirdest shows, one of the weirdest pieces of art ever made.
Who do you think this is there?
I wasn't around when they were on originally. Yes, I just discovered them on Netflix. All that doesn't really matter. What matters is that I found a piece of work that really, really inspired me, and I definitely needed that right now. And I was really excited to watch this new one. And it's on, and I'm watching it, and I really didn't know how to feel about it. It's different, you know, it's been, what is it, 25 years since the original series? David Lynch has almost retired from filmmaking, and everyone's getting back together. Half the cast hasn't acted since Twin Peaks in 1990. They're all back together, and it just feels weird and different. I was expecting to be even weirder, even bigger, even like louder, even more over the top, and like triply as crazy. And I was kind of right and kind of wrong. The new Twin Peaks, while it's bigger and badder and darker and definitely crazier, is almost calmer and almost even boring. Looking at David Lynch's film work and trying to decipher it isn't going to get you very far. And him doing it on television in long form, doubly so. This guy is not someone to just broadcast all of his emotions and all of his feelings, you know. He's an artist, he's doing something weird, he's doing something different, and obviously 25 years of just random thoughts in his head are now getting put in this thing. And it shows. This might not be the best form of Twin Peaks, but it's definitely the best form of David Lynch. Some of the warm sentimentalism of the old series is gone, but in its place is actual weird filmmaking, and it's almost more emotionally poignant in a way that the original series never really got to because of commercial breaks, because of other producers, because of being worried about ratings and stuff like that. It never really got to a point that it could do anything or say anything really pushy, really weird, really different. Until now, Twin Peaks has never really gotten it to its full potential.
Listen to the sounds.
This series does the exact opposite of what we've come to expect from a lot of reboot sequel type things. Like Jurassic World and Force Awakens really shove a bunch of references and a bunch of fan service and a bunch of like remake-esque qualities into their stuff in order to get people happy and to get them reminiscent and to get them nostalgic for the things they love to begin with. Twin Peaks: The Return doesn't do that. And I was kind of expecting that. Like, they wouldn't bother doing that because what's the point? But at the same time, there is like next to nothing from the original series. You know, it respects the original series and it hangs out with the original series and it pats it on its head and then it very gently and very respectfully pushes the original series off a cliff. The only way to make something truly unique and special and different and worth everyone's time is to throw away the original series. Otherwise, you're tiptoeing on eggshells, trying not to break anything or ruin anything. I was fine with them taking the original series and just completely flipping it on its head. I mean, and that's what it tries to do. That's what it is. The new series doesn't talk down to you. It doesn't treat you like an idiot. It doesn't just throw a bunch of Cooper thumbs up and coffee cups at you in hopes that you'll be satisfied. It knows that you deserve better than that. And the show itself deserves better than that, and it shows that, with really long takes, really weird editing, really cool directing, writing that is leaving me still scratching my head, and I can't wait to see more. Even though I didn't love every episode, I couldn't take my eyes off of it even still. It not only embraces the original series, it not only enhances the original series, but it almost overcomes the original series and becomes its own thing. It becomes its own thing of a bunch of scenes you can't explain. And when anyone walks into a room and you're watching Twin Peaks: The Return, they're gonna have a lot of questions. And to be honest, you're not gonna know how to answer them. Twin Peaks has always been weird, but this new series, it's weird for Twin Peaks. It answers burning questions from the original series, it asks a bunch of new questions that will probably never get answered, and it sets up a bunch of new characters and also reunites a bunch of old characters. It kind of does everything. Honestly, I don't think this series was made for anybody but David Lynch. There is things in this show that no matter who you are, no matter how much of a hardcore fan of Twin Peaks or of David Lynch that you are, there's some things that I think you just won't like, and honestly, I don't think anybody really cares, especially not David Lynch. Is it just as magical or nostalgic or warm or nice feeling as the original series? No, absolutely not. It's really dark and dreary and depressing, but honestly, I think that's the point. I think the point of it is to show our expectations have constantly been being met, you know? I think it's supposed to show that we're constantly consuming new material. We're constantly binging 12 episode seasons and none of it is really sinking in. I think that's kind of the point, is that we're expecting something and we're just blindly drooling watching a thing and not thinking about it, not not reviewing it, not talking about it with people, except to tweet about it and say, this was good, I watched it all, where's my trophy? This does something else, I think.
Let me write it down for you.
I highly recommend Twin Peaks, but in a weird, different way, you know. The original series, I highly recommend. The movie, I highly recommend. This, I don't know. It's 2 thumbs up. It's a great achievement of art, but it's not for everybody. Did you see Twin Peaks: The Return? What did you think? Comment down below. I know I haven't been uploading a lot lately. Things have been weird, trying to figure out a couple new series and trying to get a couple ideas off the ground. I'm making some changes, I'm moving some things around, and movies haven't been super worth our time anyways, so we'll see how it goes.